Okay, so we're gonna make our little graham crackers. So I have just taken some white clay. So just some of our white air dry foam clay. I mixed in just a little bit of our yellow, and then some of the Bose brown clay. And I've gotten sort of a graham cracker color. You can make it as light or as dark as you want. And then I have this little graham cracker silicone mold. I got this off of Etsy. I'm not sure which shop. So just Google graham cracker mold. You might even find them on Amazon. And we're just going to place this clay. It's pretty shallow. Just gonna get some in our mold here. And then I'm just gonna roll it out. Just gonna pick off the excess here. And then we're just gonna lay this out to dry. I'm just gonna dry it on a piece of parchment paper. And once they're dry, then we'll get our little marshmallows and chocolate assembled. Okay, now we're gonna work on our little chocolate pieces, our little chocolate bar. So I'm just using this little chocolate silicone mold. I think I'm probably got it off of Amazon. And we are just gonna take a little bit of our black foam clay. Doesn't take much. You can add to it. So I would start with just a little bit. Start with like this much, and then we'll add as we need it. And then we're gonna get some of our rust colored clay. And we're just gonna mix these two together until we get the nice chocolatey color that we want. The more black you add, you'll get more of that dark chocolate. And a little bit less black, you'll have more of the milk chocolate. So for our little s'mores, we're going to be adding some faux chocolate sauce on top of it. So the coloring doesn't have to be exact on this because it's really going to be kind of hidden. But we'll get it a nice chocolatey color. So that's actually pretty good. You can see we've got a nice sort of chocolatey color. And we're just going to take our, this is very shallow. So we're just going to take and kind of lay this in here. Okay, and let me get my little rolly pin. And this doesn't have to be perfect because, like I said, it's going to get sandwiched in our s'more and it's going to have little faux chocolate sauce all over it. But then I'm just going to peel it off. And we've got our little chocolate bar that we'll cut up once it's dry to put in our s'mores. Okay, so now we're going to put our little s'mores together. Our little crackers have dried and we are ready to put them together. So we're going to take a piece of our chocolate bar. We are just going to cut it. And I'm going to cut it again. So we're going to have just like a piece of our chocolate bar in here. Let me get some super glue. I'm just going to glue that on there. Okay, and then we're going to get our dimensional paint or slick paint. We're going to give it that faux chocolate dripping that we want. Now we won't need to go on the inside because it's going to be covered, so we're just going to hit our outsides up here like we have melty chocolate. You don't have to be super neat with it because it's melty. We want that melty look. Okay, I'm just going to go just a little bit on the inside here. So we have our melty chocolate. Now let's make our marshmallow. So we're just going to get some of our white air dry foam clay. Oops, I'm just chunking stuff today, just throwing it everywhere. So we're just going to condition this for a minute. Okay, and then I'm just going to roll it. I'm going to get us a nice chunky marshmallow piece. Okay, so I have us a nice little marshmallow. I'm going to put it on there, and I'm just going to kind of smush it down. Okay, and then I'm going to get our other piece. And just glue this one on there. So let me put some in the center here. Okay, so we have our little marshmallow oozing out. Now let's get some of our white dimensional paint. We're just going to add some on here. Our little marshmallows dripping and melty. Okay, so we have our oozing little faux s'more. We're going to let that dry. Okay, so let's put our little cute little s'mores cup together. So this little guy came from Oriental Trading. It was a pack of, I think, 4 different mugs, and so we're going to decorate this little cutie. So I'm just taking a piece of my mesh roll. This comes out of my deco mesh. I always save them. So I just cut a little piece off that's going to sit right down in the bottom here. So I'm just going to add a little bit of super glue. You can use hot glue too. It's basically just going to help hold our little styrofoam on here. So I'm putting a little bit of glue there. And then I just took a little styrofoam ball. I cut it in half. And we're going to set it right on top. Our spackle is going to help hold this in. So it doesn't have to be super good, but we're just going to put that right on there. Okay, and now we're going to just use our faux icing, which is just the Red Devil lightweight spackle. So I use Red Devil for my piping. So just any of your hardware stores, you can get the Red Devil. And we're just going to pipe this sort of around the side. Okay, and then I'm going to give it one more little, give us a little bit of height here. All right. So we have our little faux icing on there. Now we're going to get one of our s'mores. Got one right here, a little faux s'mores. And let me get a, forgot to bring it. Let me get a toothpick here. Okay, and I'm going to put this guy right about here. So I'm just going to use a little toothpick. I'm going to put a little bit of hot glue, super glue on my toothpick. Just a little extra security. Make sure it's not going to come off of that spackle. There it goes. We're going to put that guy right down in there. And that little toothpick went right into that little foam ball. And then I took a piece, another s'more, and I just cut it in half. And I'm gonna put it kind of right in the center, or right in the front. So let me get another toothpick. Okay, I'm just gonna go right up in there. I cut it down just a little bit. And again, I'm gonna take some of my super glue. And I'm just gonna position it right in the front. Okay, so just like that. All right. I'll push it down, just see if I can get it pushed down just a little bit more. There we go. Okay, and I'm going to add just a little bit of spackle right in front of that, just to kind of give it some support. So I just added just a little layer of spackle right there to help hold that guy in. Okay, and now I'm going to take one of our little faux chocolate pieces. I think I'm going to set that guy right in there. And let's add a piece in the back. Let's add one back here. And maybe on the side over here. All right. So just a couple little faux chocolate pieces. Now let's get some marshmallows in here. So I just got some little foam marshmallows that I just made with my air dry foam clay, just like we made our big marshmallow, but I just used, I made smaller ones, and actually I didn't on that one, I forgot, but I'm gonna add just a little bit of super glue to make sure that these marshmallows don't want to pop out of this spackle. They shouldn't, but just extra security since I am going to sell this. Let's get a couple more. Okay, let's do like one more. And then we're going to dress it up. All right. So I've got my little marshmallows on there. And now let's add some little chocolate drizzle. I'm going to add it on our little chocolate pieces. Just kind of like it's melting a little bit. I'm going to add on this particular s'more, this is one I already had up. I did not put the chocolate drizzle on the chocolate, so I'm going to add it now. So the way I showed you, we did it before we made the s'more, and on this one I hadn't put it on there, so I'm just going to add it. Okay, I'm just dressing up our little chocolate pieces. Add a little bit of chocolate in this s'more here. Okay, and then we're going to add them to the top of our marshmallows too. Gonna get some little chocolate drizzle going on there. Okay, and I think on the top of these, let's add some more of our white and have it kind of coming over like it's melting onto our that so it's melting on top of our cracker. And then we can add our little sprinkles. Okay, so now I'm just gonna take our little, oh, I just stuck my finger right in that. I hope I didn't mess it up. Y'all, I am the messiest crafter. Okay. Take two. Let's take our little s'mores mix. So we do sell these in the shop. And I'm just going to add some sprinkles on our little, all of our little chocolate drizzle. And then we're going to go add it into the spackle as well. Oh, I forgot to do the spack one. All right, and now I'm just going to add, and I'm going to take my my little tweezers and just kind of push those sprinkles gently down into the spackle to make sure that they stick. So I will do that off camera, but just know I'm going to just kind of push these down in there a little bit with my tweezers. But there we go. We have our super cute little s'mores cup. I hope you guys enjoyed this super easy fake bake tutorial.